Welcome back, folks, and welcome if you're new. Got a little experiment going here. I added a third camera. Boy, if you could see behind the scenes making of. I added a third camera, but left the second camera at home. It's already got ants all over it. Ants here in Thailand are your dinner mates, your bed mates, recreation mates. Apparently they go for a walk with you too. There's plenty of them, millions. And I get a kick out of that actually when I think about back home and ants. I mean, we see an ant. Just a minute, I gotta get this little guy off of here. You. Knocked it off the camera and landed on my thermos. That's all I need. Put that up to my mouth and get a nip on the lip. Back home, of course, you know, we see one ant on a whole patio and people are freaking out and spraying and powdering. And in particular, this place before I left Canada, I rented a little suite, a Greek family, and he's 40-something, I think, just meticulous. And I remember standing there talking to him on his veranda and he saw an ant. Well, he sprayed everything, every inch of the perimeter and cracks and seams and down below and into the storage underneath the steps, and sprayed everything. For all we saw was the one ant. Now, yeah, it's true. If there's one ant, there's probably thousands around here. There's almost something wrong if you don't see an ant 3-meter radius of you. I've got a little clip of some ants, some red ants, and those red ants are big and they bite a lot, and a lot of them bite at one time. Unfortunately, I guess I stepped on some and wounded a couple. So when I came around again, they were really sort of milling around, picking up the deads. So I'm mindful of that now. So I step over that area. I see them there again today, you know, just doing their back and forth thing. And actually, what's really cool is I see them on the water hose. They'll go to the open end and they'll march down, get water. I assume that they're getting water to carry. I mean, I'd be having a drink as well. Anyway, really very interesting. Going and getting water and marching off back along the hose 20-30 meters back into the forested area. So that's pretty cool. I mentioned that I'm going to do this walk every day. That's my plan, but I'm finding that I go for 3 days now, and I could use a rest. So it on the one hand, it may mean that you know, I could always cut my walk down to say 6 kilometers and feel not quite as tired, and then not miss a day. But in fact, missing a day is a healthy thing to do for this kind of a walk. I push myself to walk fast. I may only get 10 seconds at a time, but I force myself to really pull in and clench my abdominals. That's a joke. It's not a joke, but it is a joke. I think I've managed maybe 30 seconds at one go, and then you forget about it, you know, relax and march on, and then I remember it and I tense it all up and whatnot. So it's a heck of a lot more than I have been doing, but I'm going to have to get some abdominal workout in there. Somebody mentioned to me that I looked slimmer, so I mean, I don't see it, and I don't see it in the fit of my clothes or anything, but I may have, you know, there may be a little bit starting to disappear off my girth. My measurement is gauged by how my pants and shirts fit. I haven't done that many walks, you know, probably 20 at most, or less. If somebody says there's results, then you know, I have no reason not to believe them. I just don't see them as measurable yet myself, because my pants aren't exactly falling off. My eating is different as well. Of course, I'm hungry by lunchtime because I haven't eaten since 7:30 or 8 p.m. The night before, and it was 7:30, I had a bit of apple just to polish off the evening. I don't feel great hunger pangs today, although the meal I ate was Western food yesterday. Hasn't left me with such hunger pangs in the morning. Now, I did get a heck of a good sleep. I mean, I was probably asleep by 11:30 p.m. last night, which is a couple hours earlier than usual. I slept through till about 6:30 or something. I wake up at 6:30 a lot. And putter around, strain and pour my ginger tea that's sitting in the fridge overnight. And boy, is it tasty. Cool and refreshing. Just like ginger ale without the soda and sugar. That actually is holding me pretty good. I know I feel a little bit hungry, but I don't have like hunger pangs. I'm comfortably hungry. After my walk and I go home and eat my brunch, I'm basically having a couple eggs made into an omelet, a big teaspoon of curry. And the curry is a curry powder. I bought this powder at Macro, but it really is curry powder. And the chopped up banana in the omelet and the curry, you get a sweet curry out of it with eggs. And I have toast just to get the fiber and carbohydrates. So the eggs are the protein. The banana, an apple. I've gotten into apples, so they're big, crunchy, not hard, gum bruising kind of crunchy. Nice and crunchy and juicy. Pretty fair size. Well, they're good. I mean, they're crispy, fresh, so whatever chemicals they put in them to keep them that way is doing a good job. Currently, those little oranges are mostly really sweet and soft. They're more like little Japanese oranges that we used to get. They're a bit less ripe, so there's a trade-off that lasts me a little bit longer. That's kind of an idea what I eat after my fast and after my walk with this ginger tea in the mornings for the interim. I try to finish with the videos and then go eat around 5 o'clock, come back and continue working on the video, try to get it ready. Oh, I should tell you, that's what I wanted to say. So I mentioned that I had a guest here in the previous video. It was bizarre because I walked through this, and where I am sitting here, I actually passed by this on my first large circle, and then I pick up this gear at my motorcycle and come in here. So while I was walking that time, there was a motorcycle was parked over there, where there's never a motorcycle parked, but it's on a road and there's occasional traffic through there, people shortcut. That motorcycle was parked there, and I just found it unusual because there wasn't a person around. And usually there's the wood scavengers that are there with their little mini Benzes, and they're there and you can hear them. But I went through on a different day and I thought I heard like footsteps running in the leaves, and just thought maybe it's one of the wild cats. But then I thought I heard something again when I went through the other day, and I saw the motorcycle, but really there was nobody in sight. I was up at the motorcycle parking with 100 meters up that way, and I turned after getting my stuff and started to walk this way, and as I approached, I saw this blue jacket kind of look out, check something, and run back in, and I would be running back into the pathway that comes to this walkway and ends up here. So I came up here, and there he is sitting there. Now, it was weird. So he sits on the very end one. But I said, what the heck with it, right? I'm just going to go ahead and do my thing, set up my tripods and stuff. As I was talking through my video, he was filming, or at least catching some film of me. The person really went out of their way to meet me here. It was weird. It was strange. So I finished the video, and he hadn't said a word, but if I turned my head this way while I'm doing the video, I could see that he kept glancing up and whatnot. There's all kinds of possibilities. When I finished and I turned around and facing forward, and so he's just to my right a little bit. It's not a big space here. So I spoke to him in Thai, asked him in English, do you speak English? He said, no. And then he asked me in Thai, where do you teach? And I told him I don't teach. I said I used to teach. So that was that. And then I did ask, are you okay? Because it's just very strange. And he said he was okay. And so I said, okay. And off I trottled. But it ain't over yet. So I went off and I got to my motorcycle. And I thought, I'm going to go check and see if that motorcycle's back over there. Because actually this thing has two walkways. It has one over there where I usually come up. And it has that one there. And then there's a little footpath bridge to where that motorcycle was. But I thought it was a bit of a distance. But it's less of a distance than I thought. I'm going to go check the motorcycle. So I jumped on my motorcycle. And as I came down here, he was already on his motorcycle coming up to exit. I'm thinking, like, what the hell is that all about? And that's what emphasizes the weirdness of that whole meeting, because he got to that motorcycle and onto it and around and up here to not far from where we passed each other. I looked and I went like, wait a minute, that's the same person and that's the motorcycle. So weird. So it's a half hour between the time that I saw the motorcycle there and nobody to be seen. Half an hour. And then, I do the walk around and everything else and get my stuff out of the motorcycle and turn around. That person is peeking out of the trees by the pathway here. And then rush up here, be seated here while I do this thing. And then when I go to basically leave faster than me and be on the motorcycle and come out and meet me. I mean, shape-shifting practically. So comment as you like. I just am not sure what that was all about. Okay, folks, that's a wrap. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you again.